Let's bring you this exciting and interesting conversation. I'm sure you may have heard of crypto. You may have been thinking about it. You may have some questions on it. You would want to join us on our text line 0204447033 because we're about to have conversations on that. And in studio for us to help us understand the space properly is Del Titus Bewa, who is the Vice President, Chamber of Digital Asset and Block Innovation. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
How are you?
We also have Ni Amatepapo Amate, who is the head of marketing at MindBit Store. Good morning, boss.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
When I hear crypto, then I'm scared. Though I know that it's a way to make money and all that. Tell us the notion of crypto. Educate us a bit about crypto and what really someone should think about if the person hears cryptocurrency.
Yeah, so I think the first misconception is that crypto is the main thing that is the driving force here. And actually, it's the underlying technology, which is blockchain.
Okay.
Right? And as a consequence of blockchain, you have crypto and so many other innovative tools that are going to help our society. And so it's what the blockchain offers, with crypto being a byproduct of that, which is going to help society. So Bitcoin is not the be all and end all, right? And then in addition to that, I think because you're hearing horror stories of people only wanting to make money and treating it like a lottery, right? People have made the assumption that that's all that happens. And it's a very vast universe, right? Crypto today is, as you coined the term, is a $2.5 trillion economy already, right? I remember when I started in it was only $200. That's number one. Number two is now you have institutions globally that are using it, and it's now into law in most established markets. And so I don't think people should have fear. I just think the way to look at it is me and you 20, 30 years ago were using the dial-up telephone.
Exactly.
Then we have the mobile phone, and then now you have smartphones. We are evolving as a society, that's it.
Good. So this is actually a value asset, right? When it comes to crypto, and we know that it's a way that someone would say that we are getting money, but maybe virtually and all that. Explain to us, well, someone would say that, how do I get it instead of currency? If it maybe I'm getting in terms of Ghana cedis, I have the physical money, and how I would want to go about the cryptocurrency in the space in a way that is virtual. So how do I monitor it? How do the person go about it?
So thank you, Philip. So in simple terms, just to carry on from where they all left off, in simple terms, crypto is basically a digital representation of value, facilitated or powered by a digital ledger known as the blockchain. Yes, but then say we are within the Ghanaian setup. There are exchanges. For instance, locally I can talk about MindBit Store. There's an exchange where you can go online, you can connect to your MindBit Store app using mobile money or your local bank account. So if, say, you have an Absa bank account, you have an EcoBank bank account, you can connect to your MindBit Store app, and then you buy and sell your crypto. It is that simple. And that is what crypto offers. That's financial inclusion. For a long time, the African has been left out of that global financial space. We couldn't participate, but crypto offers us the biggest opportunity to participate in that space. And so it is quite easy to join the crypto train whilst in Ghana.
Oh, it's easy.
Very, very easy.
Very easy.
Yes, through apps like MindBit Store.
And maybe someone would need a lot more education on that as to what I would have to do to be part of this whole blockchain or to be part of the crypto thing. What will one need to know before starting it by way of education?
All right, so I'd say, first of all, there are several educational blogs that you can visit. You can look at a space like MindBit Store's Learning. There's the Binance Academy. There's also the blog.MindBit Store. So these spaces you can educate yourself, on these spaces. But then it takes a lot of psychological and emotional stability to be in crypto. So that is what you need to develop most. But then, yes, there are lots of blogs that you can go and then read more about crypto.
Beautiful. So, Titus, if someone wants to enter into the crypto space, how much will you say that the person should be looking at? Because people say that, like you indicated earlier, it's a place I'm going to make money. And if you are going in to make money, you definitely have to put something in there. How does it work when it comes to the financial space?
I will not give financial advice for one reason or another, but what I would say is that for me, the first thing you need to do is you need to read the white paper.
Oh, you have a white paper?
Yeah, so Bitcoin has a white paper, and that's kind of like the crypto Bible. I would advise people to study that. You're not going to understand it the first time. You're not. It's going to look like hieroglyphics, right? But the reason why I say that's important is because that is the underlining thing that most people who got into it read. And then you need to understand how the blockchain works. I wouldn't advise anyone to get into trading immediately. That wouldn't be my advice. Because to be frank, most people who get into it that don't know what they're doing have lost money, right? And that's what's giving the industry the bad rap. But people need to take into account that the industry is evolving. What it was 10 years ago is not what it is today, right? As you can see, now there's collaborations between companies and institutions, and now governments are more aware and wanting to put legislation in place so that you can have a safe environment, a responsible environment to not just trade, but to use the technology. So my advice to people would be, it isn't about how much you put in, it's about how much you learn to understand in what areas you need it, right? Because the way that you need it is different to the way someone else needs it. Just like banking. Some people trade using their bank account, some people use it to do goods and services, and some people just merely use it to spend money. It's that. That's the approach.
He spoke about reading. He also talking about learning.
Yeah.
The association, do you offer any opportunity for people to come in and say that I want to acquire knowledge on how to go about, say, the cryptocurrency thing?
Yes, so currently Sidabi is embarking on an educational campaign. So if the Bank of Ghana and SEC categorize cryptos or virtual assets as emerging financial technology. And so somewhere in December, we've been given the assurance that there should be some sort of legislation for the virtual assets service providers in Ghana. But before that even comes in, we want to feed the space with a lot of education. So we are embarking on a campaign to educate young people, students, older people, businessmen on how to use crypto, how crypto works. Like Dale mentioned, we need to create a very responsible environment. And so, yes, that is why Sidabi is currently running, this campaign. We are going about, moving from radio stations to TV stations to ensure that people are well invested in what crypto is. Yeah.
Beautiful. You've spoken about the 9 sides, all what we need to know and all that. Is there another side of crypto you would have to know when it comes to, say, you'd have to learn, you have to go in there, but in a way, maybe you could, there are risks involved. Is there anything like that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. There's definitely risks. With anything that's new and there is innovation, there's going to be risks. There is, as you hear in the news from time to time, potential hackings. There is, when the market goes down, everyone says, oh, it's the end of crypto, all these kind of cycles that we go through. But I think, as I said in the beginning, is that when you have innovation, right, just like the internet, when the dot-com boom came in the 90s, it was boom and bust. And we are going to have and have had similar cycles with crypto. And I don't believe that's going to change. However, the element of risk will decrease with time as we get to understand the technology more, we get to use it more, there's stronger legislation in place to protect consumers. That is definitely going to change. And that is what CW is working with the Central Bank of Ghana very seriously to do, to make sure that Ghanaians, when they are now open and exposed to the not just the international market, but the local market. We are using this technology responsibly to enhance our prosperity. That is the reason why we're doing what we're doing. This campaign is about awareness, education, and it's not someone selling you a product to say, let's make a quick buck. No, that's not what it's about.
But do you think that we have a long way to go when it comes to the education of Ghanaians, and how maybe Ghanaians would have to embrace this gray area when it comes to the cryptocurrency?
I'm very optimistic about Ghanaians. Ghanaians are very, very smart people. So it sounds from a distance that is complicated, but you just have to look at how the Ghanaian society has adapted to Momo, and how people that were deemed to be illiterate in certain areas have utilized it and are doing so well out of it, transferring money from rural areas, buying goods, etc. So I think it probably will not take as long as people think, but obviously we have a responsibility to make sure that it is adaptive literally to the people that don't necessarily understand it. But yeah, I'm hopeful. I think that Ghana will adapt very well to this.
To the whole space and all that.
I do.
Following the education you're also giving out.
Absolutely, because Ghana's been the first in so many things, from independence to various other pivotal moments in Pan-African, the Pan-African movement and history. And I don't think there'll be any difference here. I think that Ghana will eventually adapt, and there'll be some very interesting entrepreneurs that come out of this, and also some very interesting products and ideas that come out as a consequence.
Good. How does crypto work?
Basically, just like how any financial instrument works, just like say how fiat works. I say you want to buy. These days, you can easily buy and sell using crypto. You can. Yes, the Bank of Ghana hasn't.
It's not legal tender.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is not. It is not legal tender. So yes, as I always say, you can't walk to the streets or to a watch vendor and say, "Oh, I'm buying."
Yeah, you want to pay with.
No, you can't. You can't do that yet. But
that's the imperative word, yet.
Yes, you can't do that yet. But then, and we are hopeful that, I mean, very soon that should come into fruition. But then crypto works just like any other, you make payments, you receive payments. It's as simple as that.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think to add further context to that, right, is try and look at it similarly to when you're sending an email to each other, right?
Yeah.
The data goes from one email account, which is termed as a wallet in crypto, to another email account, which will be your wallet, right? And the value is, depending on what currency you're using in crypto, will be sent with a hash attached to it. And that value, there is a transparent consensus between a lot of people that is the value of what is being sent between two people. And it's transparent of what has been sent when it's been sent.
Yeah.
So unlike the current traditional system where there are intermediaries that are preventing that level of transparency, it's getting better obviously with digital banking, but there is a radically much more innovative, transparent infrastructure when it comes to blockchain and the value of the value that is being exchanged between two people using crypto.
Yeah.
Or the term cryptography. Right?
So someone just sent me a message asking that crypto and Bitcoin. Share with us. We know that Bitcoin is sort of like the first cryptocurrency, but let's understand better. Where does it fall in here? Crypto, Bitcoin.
So look at, best way to put it is, in the traditional market, right, gold is what we've used as the standard for everything. So you've had the gold standard, and then you have had diamonds, you've had copper, you've had steel, right? So in the crypto universe, Bitcoin is the gold standard, right? And then you have Ethereum, which would be another form of cryptocurrency, which has a different kind of utility. So in the traditional world, all these commodities or all these value or fiat currencies have different utilities. And then in the crypto universe, Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC, all these different crypto have different utilities. And that's the difference. So you use the crypto that has a utility that is relevant to your needs, right? Depending on what you're trying to do. And that's the distinction between the two.
Wow.
So,
Okay.
Philip, just to add to what
Oh, go for it.
most often we forget the other side of the blockchain and crypto. We are mostly focused on the finance side, but then it goes beyond that. There are other uses of the blockchain. So you're looking at uses like land management, taxation, supply chain management, and all. And these are things that the blockchain can help us, deal with. Looking at the land issues that we have, the taxation issues that we have, the blockchain can help us settle some of these issues easily.
How?
Yeah. So, like I said, the blockchain is a transparent ledger. You understand? So once you put in some information, there's the ability to verify easily, by other persons who are currently on the blockchain. So there's that transparency on the blockchain. So that transparency is what aids to do the verifications. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Let me ask this layman's question. Someone thinks that if I'm doing the cryptocurrency and whatever value I get, can I use it in acquiring a property, say buy a house, buy a car and all that? Because I deal with that mindset of the person going in there as a way for me to acquire the needed, say, assets in that space. Is that how it works? Maybe honest.
Okay, sure.
Yes. So whatever value that you gain from your crypto transactions, yes, it can be used in the acquisition of assets, real world assets.
Wow.
Yes.
So it's not just virtual.
No, it's not just virtual. You can convert your crypto to fiat to acquire real world assets.
Anything you want to say about that?
No, I mean, there's vendors currently in different parts of the world that receive, they specifically will tell you we are now receiving crypto. And I'm talking about established vendors, because like you said, the conception is there's, underhanded activities, which we are all aware happens, but Tesla receives crypto.
Yeah.
That's a global company. Yeah. And other big companies like them receive crypto in different parts of the world. I will clarify, though, that our problems are different in Africa, right? We don't need to copy what everyone is doing because we have our own issues to deal with here. So we should be very mindful of that. But I would only just like to add that in those problems that we have, we can also solve them in very innovative ways. We can see the mistakes that have been made outside and we can leapfrog it. And that's what I genuinely believe in the African economy or the African dream.
Before we move to another dimension, why would you think that an ordinary Ghanaian or an ordinary person should get into the crypto space, or we should embrace cryptocurrency?
I don't even think it's a Ghanaian issue. I just think it's an African situation because look at Africa, 1.4 billion people, economy of the entire continent, maybe 2.3, 2.4 trillion. Here you have an asset class that has made over $1 trillion in 10 years. And now, as I said, the global market for crypto is around 2.3, 2.5 trillion. 200 billion of that is coming from West Africa.
Okay.
Right? Those percentages should show you that there is a certain massive economic possibility, not just for Ghana, but for the continent of Africa. So if we don't want to remain stagnant, and we don't want to be in a similar situation as we have been with other major industries, then we have to move. We have to become a little bit more bold and receptive. And to the average Ghanaian, what I would say is that this technology is not for everything, right? It's not for everything. What it's for is there's areas in our economy or there's areas in the ways that we make payments that it can be very useful for. So it's about understanding how it works, then adapting it in a way that's efficient for you. For example, you could be a trader here who wants to sell goods overseas, right? Or you want to sell, when I say overseas, I mean in the hemisphere of Africa. Interoperability is a big issue in Africa, from travel to finance, right? You can't, it's not easy to send money from Francophone countries to Anglophone countries because of central bank issues. This technology helps that. So now you have Kwame in the rural area who wants to send some materials to somebody in Togo. You can do it much quicker through this technology. And these are some of the like basic user cases of why it's important.
Wow, interesting. And Ernest, before the two of you take leave of us, my BitStore, what do you do?
My BitStore is a crypto exchange. It's the biggest crypto exchange in Ghana.
Oh.
We are currently in over 20 African countries. We are in Malawi, we are in Ghana, we are in Nigeria, we are in Egypt, we are in South Africa, we are in Kenya. I mean, the list is endless. And currently, from Ghana, you can connect your mobile money wallet, you can connect your bank to my BitStore, and then buy and sell cryptos and participate in the global financial space. It is that simple.
So money passing through the system in there.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting. Yeah. So someone can get in touch with you and get a lot more information on crypto.
You just have to visit the App Store. You just have to visit the App Store or the Play Store. Type my BitStore, MYBITSTORE, and then you're good to go. Yeah.
And Titus, how can one get in touch with maybe the association and want to learn more? Because I don't think the time we have here is enough for you to really delve into all the issues when it comes to cryptocurrency and all that. Maybe someone wants to get in touch with you and get to learn more about the cryptocurrency before he or she would get into it.
Yeah, so Chamber of Digital Assets and Blockchain Innovation, I'm the VP for that. We have a founding committee and a community. BitStore is one of our members in that, and email is the best way to get through to us at the moment. That'll be info@cdabi.org. And we also have a lot of upcoming events coming, leading up to the launch of the policy. So those are things that we make very public on WhatsApp groups. As I said, if you send an email, it's going to be responded to, and we'll provide you the information for you to attend. And also, I think lastly is that there'll be a lot of things we'll be promoting leading up this educational campaign particularly, which will be familiarizing ourselves with media outlets like yourself for people to get in touch. And so that's our goal, and we hope that we can work closely with the media and all the necessary stakeholders to get the right information out there.
Wow, this is a space we must tap into, and a lot of education must go into the space. Basically what is said here is read about it, learn about it, get to know about it, and just don't move into the space that fast. Make sure that you acquire the needed knowledge about it. And you made mention of the trading bit. People see cryptocurrency to less enter into trading and all that, but you just quickly said that you wouldn't advise people move straight into trading, but get to learn more about the entire space before they move in there. Is that what you said?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
that's
so
the way to go.
Basically, learn about it, because people have been scammed. We've seen people being scammed and all that, but it just straighten all of, just clear the notion that in order for you to get to ride well in the space, you would have to learn more about it, and it demands that you read more when it comes to the cryptocurrency space. This is Breakfast Daily here on ChannelOne TV. But in studio we had Dale Titus Bewa, who's the Vice President of the Chamber of Digital Asset and Block Innovation, and also Ni Amapapo Amate, who is the head of marketing in my BitStore. They came in studio to talk to us about understanding virtual asset, cryptocurrency, and Ghana's digital economy future. And of course, we've learned a lot about it.